Hello again. It is Wing Nation presented by Hercules Tires, right on our strength. Talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week, and we are so glad that you have joined us. Erin, Evernham, and Steve Post, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I am rested, ready, and going. We're those of you that follow along, you know that my primary job is pit road for MRN. And the way the schedule has been, March was a weird month.
Yeah.
Because we only had one race with Phoenix, our friends over at the Performance Racing Network had it. So
Yeah.
I have been home. I have been local racing. I love it. I really am. I went to Cherokee Speedway this past weekend, saw the World of Outlaw Dirt Late Models. Wow, they put on a show. And I have grown fond of going to Cherokee. I have tailgate out. I've met some folks down there a couple times, and just I've grown. It's one of those places that has really grown on me, and I look forward to every visit that I go there. And I went up to Mountain Creek on Sunday and watched the kids race. It's so cool what we have going on, but I am so ready also. You know, people are like, the travel must be a bear, the travel must be this. I'm like so ready to go.
Yeah.
Now
I'm the same way.
Getting ready, but I'm getting ready to go 14 straight weekends in a row.
Oh.
With the MRN, and then I've got a sprint car weekend in April in Ohio. Then we've got Port Royal in June, and I forget what else I've got going on. An extended trip to Sonoma to see a little sprint car racing, some sprint car racing in Gateway. So it's a great schedule coming up. I'm raring and tearing to go. Of course, talk to me in about 6 or 7 weeks. And I'm like, where was those March weekends when I was home?
Yeah.
But it's so cool. It really is. There's so much good racing going out there, and now that we're into almost April, we can really get up and
really rolling.
Really rolling along. How are you? You survived birthday week last week.
I did. I might need a little bit of a detox program, but
so you went from family vacation to birthday week.
Yes. So also I need to get a little bit back on the workout routine, the diet, all the things.
Oh,
everything. The wheels fell off. But no, it was a great week. But like you said, you know, we were away for 9 days over. It was a spring break and travel, and that was all fun travel, but it's the same thing. Like, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get home and just be home. And then home this weekend, I'm like, oh, what do we do on a weekend home?
Yeah.
Oh, how do normal people do this?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm really, I've talked about this when talking to people. They're like, how long do you want to do this? And how long is this schedule that you have? And I love travel.
Yeah.
I love travel. And I think what happens, and we see this in NASCAR, and we see it with World of Outlaw teams, when a person starts complaining about travel, and travel starts to become a hassle, that's when it's like, okay, I'm not sure how much longer they're going to do this.
Yeah.
I love to travel.
Well, we do all complain about the travel, even if we still love it.
You complain in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But like this weekend, we're going to Richmond. Richmond is a city that is a great city to go to, okay? But we've always had night races.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then we went a phase about 5 years ago where we had some day races, and you go out and you find this great restaurant. Then we went back to night races. Well, we're back into day races now. So like Saturday night in Richmond, we'll find something really, really cool. I love the travel, and the modifieds are there too. The NASCAR wheel and modifieds. Oh, you kidding me? I mean, it is good. So great times, that's for sure. And great times in the sprint car world. The Hefner Racing Product Hot Topics. I absolutely love following David Gravel on social media. 2 bad outings, 15th at Merced, 23rd at Bakersfield. And Bakersfield, he was racing for the lead when they all got caught up.
Yep.
Sheldon hit something, caught a tire, hit some debris, cut a tire, and they all went piling in. So really not David's fault per se. They had the performance they were racing, but his tweet or his YouTube, or I don't know if I saw it on Twitter or Facebook or wherever it is, he was riding after Bakersfield headed down toward Paris. And you just feel because they are so
genuine,
good. And then they have 2 bad finishes in a row. And then Cody Jacobs and the boys, they get up at 7 a.m., bring a new frame down off from the top of the truck, work all day down at Paris, and they go out and win the race at Paris. And it's just, it's the journey. David's not doing anything that the thing of it is that, and the lead story and the I think it's Brian who does the write-ups for the World of Outlaws is spectacular.
Yes.
He just the write-ups for the World of Outlaws and actually follow along this week, the World of Outlaw late models. The World of Outlaws, their written word stories are so good. And it started with, as the 10 champions know, the World of Outlaw season is overcoming obstacles.
Yeah.
And I think we know that. We know that Steve had obstacles. We know that Brad, we know that Donnie, we saw it. But to be able to ride along with David and to get his feeling as tail between his legs, leaving Bakersfield, 2, not 1, 2 bad finishes in a row. I mean, this is weird for David Gravel.
Yeah. And considering how tight the competition is, he's already thinking long term.
Long term. And then to go win Paris, it's just really, really neat.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
I love his videos because they're so genuine.
They're genuine.
You're really seeing the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, everyone wants that. And he's giving it to the fans.
I was like, when I saw that one, I knew I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is not going to be a happy pop in a convenience store and eat ice cream video.
Well, and David's a driver that doesn't blame everybody else. He's very real about what happened.
Exactly. So it's great that they come back. And the whole thing of it is that, Gio won Friday night, David won Saturday night, and nobody even knows that.
Yeah.
Because of Corey Day.
Yeah.
Holy kid, Ronnie's boy. Ronnie Day's son.
Yep.
Woo, man. 2 straight second place finishes.
Pretty good mentor.
Yeah, he really is. Well, he's got, and I'll spill the beans. He is our guest on our television program this week, and we've already recorded that interview. We did it actually. We had Jason Myers and Corey on the program, and so Jason is a great mentor. Look what he's done with Carson Macedo.
Yep.
Jason is a great mentor, but Corey also has his dad, Ronnie Day, who was a pretty good shoe back in the day.
Very
I mean, and I'm not, a pretty good shoe is not even close to describing. He was outstanding. So, Corey Day, how about that? Just fantastic. Central Pennsylvania, Dylan Norris, career first win. We're going to talk to Dylan. Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to Dylan, first
Another
career
teenager.
win. Yes, exactly. 18 years old. Danny Dietrich won the race. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour. Derek Hagar. We're going to talk to Derek, and Erin Reitzel picked up the win. So lots and lots of fun stuff, and lots of fun stuff at Hefner Racing Products. It's easy to shop their entire line of Hefner Racing products, Erin.
Yes, hrpracing.com from your desktop or right on your phone. And first-time online orders use promo code MRN at checkout for 10% off your first order.
Man, www.hrpracing.com. Stay with us. We're going to go to the Sage Fruit Hotline where the youngster, Dylan Norris, he joins us next. Sage Fruit is a premium grower, packer, and shipper of Washington tree fruit. Apples, pears, and cherries, and it's always an exceptional eating experience, and they're grown in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Not only is their produce healthy, but they are grown with such care and precision that you can count on each piece of fruit having exceptional flavor. High-quality fruit, exceptional flavor, healthy snacking. Make sure when you go to your local grocery store, ask for Sage Fruit. Sage Fruit, it's our first choice for quick and easy snacking.
Circle B Diecast is the new diecast outlet from Plan B Sales. What started as Lionel and Chase Authentics apparel distributor has grown into the largest distributor of diecast and now includes Auto World Greenlight Collectibles, Brand Art, Sam Bass Artwork, and University of Racing lines. They have a huge inventory. The folks at Circle B Diecast love racing and support drivers like Kyle Larson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Christopher Bell, and many others with sponsorships and partnerships. And on orders over $20, use promo code MRN for free shipping. Check them out, circlebdiecast.com.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain. And we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires here in Concord, North Carolina, hanging out. We're going to the Sage Fruit Hotline. Erin, one of our stories are all those kids. All those kids from California. All those kids from California.
Or
Pennsylvania. Hanover, Pennsylvania, to be more specific. Joining us fresh off from a trip to Victory Lane. His career first 410 win. at historic Williams Grove, driving for Scott Gobrecht, that number 44 car. Dylan Norris joins us. Hello, Dylan. Welcome into Wing Nation.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
What's it been like since Friday night? I'm sure the phones and the congratulations have been through the roof.
Oh, it's been crazy. I woke up Saturday morning. I really wasn't on my phone Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning between text messages, social media. No kidding, had over 700 notifications.
Oh, wow.
My God.
That's impressive.
Winning at Williams Grove will do that for a man.
Dylan, one of the words someone used to describe the race was, they talked about your composure. 18 years old, you're leading a field of some of the best drivers in the country. How is that to kind of keep your mental status in check when you're leading? Those guys are barreling down your throat, but to pull off the win like that and just take us through those last 5 laps of keeping it all together and making it happen.
Yeah, it was definitely tough because there was so many cautions, and when the cautions happened, it was, we'd go green, get through 1 and 2, and then have a caution. So I never really, and I didn't know if what I was doing was right at the moment on the restarts. Like I was kind of sliding myself, so I never could get through a lap or two to see if I had pressure or if I was doing what I was doing right. Or so that was tough. And with all them restarts, I'm just second guessing myself, and it was hard to keep composed. But then the last 5 laps, I felt pretty good the last 5 laps. Our car really came in towards the end, and I was feeling good. And basically all that was going through my head was just, don't mess up these last 5 laps, hit your mark, and we should be all right.
How important is it, particularly at a tricky place like Williams Grove, to kind of, you talked about the stopping and starting and stopping and starting. How important is it to kind of get a rhythm of running lap after lap at such a technical place like that?
It's really important, and just with the level of competition back here, you can't make a mistake. So that's important too. And we were good, but I wasn't getting through 1 and 2 as good as I probably should have. So that was always in the back of my head, and, knew that I had to keep making smooth laps or somebody would end up coming up and pressuring me.
Yeah, for sure. Dylan, one of the things that I read was that you've really worked on your physical fitness and your diet and health. How much does that play a factor into keeping yourself, on your game with those 25 laps?
I feel that played a huge role in, the win Friday night and just how we've been running all year. I never really felt like I got tired in the race car, but no matter what I felt, I know I did. And just it becomes, once you're not focusing on, driving because you're getting tired, then your mental game starts to slow down. So you don't make decisions as good. And so I think that helped too, especially with all them restarts.
Dylan, your story, and I don't know much of the details, Erin just referenced it, inspires me as a guy that I've spent the last couple of years focusing on fitness, and I've lost 60 pounds and just kind of doing it. What have you been doing specifically? What have you been working on that has gotten you to this point?
My main thing was, I cut out all soda from my diet, eat a lot healthier, I still like to eat junk food and pig out some days, but definitely limit that. And then I go to the gym Monday through Friday for about 2 hours.
Wow. What are you doing at the gym? Cardio or weight, or what are you doing?
I do an hour of cardio and then an hour of weight and lifting and all that stuff.
Holy cow, dude, that is impressive. That really is. And I cannot imagine, set aside the race car. How do you feel not in the race car, just getting up in the morning, going to school and doing your thing? How do you feel?
You just feel like a whole different person. That's the biggest thing I've told people is, it isn't even about the race car as much as just feeling better as a person, and, just gives you a whole new perspective on life, really.
Dude, I'm the old guy. I started this at 55. I am so impressed with you starting this at this point in your life. If I'd have known what I do now, I'd have started it when I was 18 as well. Erin, you know, you put a lot of energy into fitness. You put a lot of energy into yourself and your fitness. It's impressive, and got to be impressive behind the wheel as well.
Absolutely, for sure. And to know that you have worked so hard, like it is not easy to keep that motivation up. You know, I've been one that's kind of been in my fitness my whole life because I played a lot of sports. But there are certainly times that you want to just, oh, not today, oh, maybe tomorrow. So kudos to you for making it happen and being in the gym 5 days a week for 2 hours. That's impressive. Dylan, going back to your win, what is the feeling of almost relief to get that first 410 win? Just so awesome. Again, the competition you're with, Williams Grove, of all places, to get your first 410 win, really, really awesome. How does that feel?
It feels great. You know, like you said, just getting a 410 win in Pennsylvania is, enough. But then to come at Williams Grove and to be on the list of people that have won there, and to look through that list, whether it's Lance DeWeese having, as many wins as he has, or some other guy that's really good but only has one win there, it feels good to be on there. And I think it takes a lot of the pressure off now. There's still some added pressure that, now that I won one, I want to win more. But it feels good to get it, taken care of, and early in the season at that.
No doubt, yeah, because you've got a long way to go. You don't have to. You got a lot of races between now and snow flying. Well, you might not have a lot between snow flying in Pennsylvania.
Might fly this week.
Yeah, might fly this week, but no doubt. Where did I look back through your bio, you started in quarter midgets and micros, and then the 358s, and then the 410s. Where did your passion for sprint car racing or racing come from? Does your family race? Where did that come from, Dylan?
My dad has been a crew chief on multiple guys' cars for, before I was born. And then my uncle is Chris Etch.
Okay.
There's the connection.
There's a connection. Okay, cool.
How did you get hooked up with Scott Gobrick and the Gobrick team?
We've been friends. My dad's been friends with him for a while, and they've been really good friends. And then when I got into racing, Scott's always kind of helped me out. And then I'm not sure the year, but it was PR. We were at PRI, and Scott asked if I wanted to go to a test and tune with his 305 car, and then things kind of took off from there.
Wow, that's good. How important is it for you as a young race car driver to surround yourself by quality people like Scott Gobrick that can not only put you in a good race car, but they know so much about the business and the overall of racing? How important is that to have a guy like Scott in your camp?
Oh, I feel that is, one of the most important things. My motto is always, you surround yourself with good people, good things will happen. And he's so smart about how he does everything. Like you said, it's, he's a good car owner, but he's also an even better businessman. So I definitely think that helps. The way we handle certain situations, especially with the shortages and stuff, I feel having him and my dad's knowledge really makes for a successful race team.
Absolutely. Dylan, one thing we hadn't talked about is school. So you're a senior in high school, and you're going to the gym 2 hours a day, and you're racing pretty much what we consider a full-time schedule. How do you balance it all, and how many days till graduation?
I'm not sure how many days. I think it's a little over 2.5 months. But a lot of it is just having a good support system from my parents, Scott and his girlfriend April, and all my partners. They support everything 100%. And if I don't make it to the shop that night, I'm not getting my head chopped off by my dad or anything. But I honestly like my schedule that I have. It keeps me busy, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, really. So I know if I put in the time now, hopefully it'll pay off down the road.
Do your fellow classmates follow along with you? Because I'm telling you, there's not many senior in high schools winning at Williams Grove. That's for sure. Are there any that follow along, or are you or not?
there's a handful of them. Some of my close friends know what I do and follow along, but I kind of keep to myself about racing, just because then you get asked, the typical questions: how fast do they go?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I just try to keep to myself.
Well, I'm telling you what, you're big man on campus because,
Yeah.
like I said, there's not many of your classmates whooping up on them at Williams Grove. There's not many sprint car drivers
gonna
whooping
say,
up.
there's-
Yeah, it's not a matter of seniors at Hanover, down there in Hanover. Dylan, congratulations. We appreciate the time joining us. Congratulations, and keep up the good work across the board on all fronts, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
There we go. Dylan Norris. Wow.
Yes.
Impressive, not only behind the wheel of that car, but impressive listening to him talk.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking when I was 18 years old, I'm pretty sure I couldn't pull off an interview like that.
No, I'm 100%
Yeah,
confident
well,
I
me
could.
too. I was trying to.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I am, you know me. I really showed incredible restraint when it comes to health and fitness because it's become religion to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. Like there are times where it's like, okay, I just need to shut up about this. I mean, it means so much
Yeah.
to me to feel as good as I do. And I showed amazing restraint by keeping it only to 2 or 3 questions from him because I could have talked to him about
yeah.
that. And I love the fact that he's 30 years ahead of where I was at
Yeah.
doing this at 18 years old. And face it, in his career choice, we just talked about David Gravel's personal life and Brad Sweet's
Yeah.
personal life and Donnie Schott's personal life and Logan Schuart's personal life and Sheldon Haudenschild. Go down the list. They're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You've got to do it. But
To have the discipline to do it at
Ooh,
18
man, I'm
years
talking
old.
about-
Yeah.
good stuff. That's for sure. Dylan Norris, those California kids. Wait a minute. He's not a California kid. No, he's one of the kids from Pennsylvania. And he is one to watch. That's for sure. Stay with us. We've got Derek Hagar coming up next.
Just like racing components, Aggressive Hydraulics purpose builds hydraulic cylinders to perform for customer-specific applications. They design and manufacture mobile-style, single-stage cylinders as well as multi-stage telescopic cylinders. It's a no one-size-fits-all approach with Aggressive Hydraulics. Hydraulic solutions for virtually every industry that uses hydraulic cylinders. They proudly design and manufacture all cylinders in the United States. Check out the video of their story at aggressivehydraulics.com.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain. And we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Talking sprint car racing. Great to catch up with another hotbed of racing. Man, I got down there last year, the Memphis area.
Yeah.
I love Memphis, Little Rock, up in Batesville and everything. And when you go down there, you better get ready because you're going to hook into Derek Hagar. The Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour came to town, and he sent him packing on Friday night with a win. And joins us now on the Sage Fruit Hotline. Hello, Derek. Welcome back to Wing Nation. We are doing well. Congratulations on that win Friday night. Tell us about it.
Man, it was a good win for us. We broke out a brand new J&J chassis the week before and won the USC down in Tuscumbia and went to Little Rock and drew a 1. And normally that's not very good with passing points, stuff like that. But they're doing the new qualifying format now and got us start firm with the heat race and won it and gave us enough points to make the show. And it was to my liking, slick and technical. So, we got up to second fairly quick and I wouldn't say we had the winning race car. Landon Britt was doing a heck of a job. Just caution fell right for me, and I saw an opportunity to pounce and get the lead and never look back.
Derek, you've won a lot of races in your career, but how much does it mean when you beat the ASCS National Tour? I think it's your 5th win with them, if I read that correct, 6th win. But that's putting you on the map when you're beating those guys and you look at the field that you raced against.
No, definitely, man. Anytime those guys come to town, it's tough. But being in the Mid-South area, I think it prepares us for series like that because, the Mid-South area probably has one of the strongest competition for local racing. I wouldn't, doubt that we go up to PA and be somewhat competitive with them guys. They race 4 or 5 nights a week just about. So, we race 1 or 2 nights a weekend it's anybody can win on any given night.
Derek, when we look at that, we looked at last year, saw you running some 410 races added into the mix. What is the plan for this year? Where are you guys headed this year with your program overall?
Well, we had planned on doing some more all-star stuff, and then fuel prices, man, just it's hard to do it with the budget we have right now. So we're just going to sit back, kick, and see what makes most sense. I know we're going to try to do some of the Power I 410 stuff here local and do some more USCS and hopefully be able to go do some more 410 stuff up north. I know we'll do Bristol here at the end of next month and just kind of see where our racing schedule lies after that. That we got to go out there and win races and try to bring back as much money as we can to put in the bank account to be able to go for the next weekend. So, just kind of see how the weekends play out and keep plugging along, keep winning races and just do it week by week.
Derek, speaking of bank account, how's the business going? Every time I look at your Facebook page, it seems like it's growing. You've got powder coating and there's wings. Tell us about the business.
Well, it's it started out with shock business back in 2015, doing that in the 20 by 30 shop in the backyard. And, that's been pretty successful. And I kind of slacked off on the shock deal when my dad got sick last year with COVID. And stayed in the hospital for 3 or 4 months and running his business, trying to keep his stuff going. He's a dirt contractor, so I had to learn real quick how to run a track hoe and dig footings and haul dirt and gravel and everything else. And, now we're, in the meantime, when all that was happening, we accumulated a powder coating business. Kevin Sullivan and myself went in business together and bought Killer Coatings. In the process of, before that, I was trying to build wings. We finally got all that stuff ironed out and got us a pretty good program going with that. We picked up our first win as a wing business Friday night with the national tour. So that it's always pretty cool to be able to build something and put it in victory lane. Tony Wilson Jr. He's been a very valuable part in the wing manufacturing with us, and he was pretty cool to put him in victory lane and see the excitement and the emotions on everybody involved.
So you're building the shocks, and then you had your father's situation, and so are you back doing is it shocks, power coating, and wings, or have you steered clear? How are you balancing all of that?
Man, this is the first time I've ever had employees, so it's
Wow.
Just trying to get everything ironed out. We got 2 full-time guys in the powder coat shop right now that are doing an amazing job. Tom Crossweight and Zach Lucas. Those guys didn't really know what a powder coating gun was when we purchased the powder coat deal back in October. And, we sent them up there and trained with the guy we bought it from, and they learned a lot of valuable steps to put out a good product. And Tony Wilson, I hired him to full time to do the wing deal to where I could concentrate on doing the shocks because, that's where I started and I enjoy doing shock work and working with customers. So, it's a team effort and, we do it all in one building. So, we purchased a 16,000 square foot building earlier this year and moved everything into one location to where I can be here in case something happens in the powder coat shop or, there's a question in the wing shop. So everything's under one roof to where we can all help each other.
Wow, that's impressive. You certainly have a lot on your plate. And one thing I noticed on your Facebook page, too, was some of the fitness that you do. And we had Dylan Norris on, the 18-year-old kid who just won at Williams Grove earlier on the show. And he talked about fitness and how important it was to his racing. He's just lost a bunch of weight and really spending time on it. And so I saw some of your workouts, and you work a lot on even like the hand-eye stuff. Tell us about some of that training.
Well, I used to work out a lot back in 2012, 2013, and those were my best years. I mean, when 15, 16 races both those years, and that was the best shape I've ever been in. And just life happens, and get busy, and just keep saying I'll go to tomorrow, and tomorrow never happens. So, whenever we got invited to Bristol last year, I was like, well, I really need to do something because if not, I'm going to fall out of the seat. So, I've been back in the gym consistent for a little over a year now. Tracy Evans is my trainer, and he pushes me to the limit. I mean, my max heart rate's anywhere from 190 to 198, and then my average heart rate's anywhere from 150 to 170. So he makes sure my heart rate stays up, gets me prepared for the conditions that I put myself through on the weekends. And I mentioned something the other day about hand-eye coordination, and he's always looking for something new for me to do to try to improve. So, he got a tennis ball and a pair of glasses that was blocked and on one eye, and told me to get after it. So it's really helped my program, this year and towards the end of last year. Just be able to stay in the seat and stay active, and it's all a mental game. If you can last a full 30, 40 laps while the other competitors are falling out of the seat, you just got to be there at the end, and that's why we push as hard as we do, trying to do the workout stuff.
I cannot imagine. Did you sense from the driving perspective? Did you, now that where you're at, did you sense the lack of fitness up until a year and a half ago? Could you sense that, or didn't you notice it, and you notice now what you might have been missing on that?
I could. I
Yeah.
always tell people always hate on my suits because they're so tight. I tell them if I get in a bigger suit, then I'll just get lazier and fill that suit out too. So I tell them I gotta keep a certain size suit to where I got a maximum of what I can do. So it was getting tough. I could tell a different breathing, sitting in the car, bending over. I mean, I was 190 pounds. That's the biggest I've ever been. I'm normally 165, 170, and I think we're back down to 178 right now. And I feel the best I've ever been. I'm not getting any younger. I'm 31 years old. I need to capitalize while I still can to try to stay fit.
You mentioned that Bristol was a little bit of the motivating factor to get back in the gym. Was Bristol or is Bristol that much more physically demanding?
It is. I tell people it's like driving down the interstate, just a lot faster. It's you're going down the straightaway, you just kind of keep the car good and straight, and same in the corner. But the G-force is so strong in the corner there that it takes more upper body to keep the car straight instead of letting the car roll around the corner like you would on these short tracks. And even though you're not moving a whole lot, it still is physically demanding for the G-force. And, I tell people all the time that don't understand, how much speed and how much force you're pulling there. The best way for me to explain it was like on Sunday, we got rained out Saturday night. So Sunday, the racetrack was just juiced up. I mean, it had a ton of moisture in it. And the G-force was so strong Sunday during hot laps that it was pulling sinuses out of my nose. And
Wow.
I mean, it was just, you could just feel it just pulling you into the ground. And it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. The racing probably wasn't the greatest, but the speed was fun, and it was awesome to be a part of it.
How do you feel as you now continue on? And I know you talked about the fact that you're not going to run as much 410 as you had hoped for, but do you feel like that you've got your 410 program in decent shape compared to as you've grown it?
I think so. I mean, to be honest, the big racetrack stuff's not my forte. I mean, I'm a short track guy. That's what I grew up racing on, and I'm not a qualifier. I got to get better at qualifying. I can race good and run traffic good. It's just qualifying is so important these days. Everybody's so equal. It's people, they like these heavy juiced up racetracks, and they always go back to, well, Sammy and Stevie is starting the back and win every night. Well, times have changed, and everybody's gotten equal. Everybody's got the same equipment now, and it's tough to start in the back or mid pack even, and drive up through there on a heavy racetrack and pass cars. I like racing the 410 stuff. I like the speed. I like the reaction, how much quicker everything is. But I got to step my program up on qualifying and on the bigger racetracks to be more competitive.
Nice. Fun stuff, that's for sure. Well, Derek, I always enjoy when we get to catch up at the racetrack, and enjoy even more. You had sent me to, was it City Barbecue? What was the barbecue joint in Memphis? You had suggested
Central Barbecue.
Central Barbecue. Oh, two thumbs up, my man. I was going there. I ran into Derek at Eldora, and I knew I was going to Memphis the week or two later.
Yeah.
And he said, you got to go to Central Barbecue. Oh, my gosh. Dude, you know your barbecue, that's for sure. That was the winning pick, for sure.
Hey, we're in the heart of it, man. We're spoiled here. I don't know if we realize how spoiled we are with the good eating places we have across the bridge here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, good stuff, that's for sure. And good stuff on the racetrack. Congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation.
Thanks for having me.
There we go. Derek Hagar joining us here. Great conversation.
Yeah.
One of the just coolest guys. I walked down in the pits. I've talked to him a few times. Eldora. It was, remember last year, Eldora, Friday got totally canceled.
Yeah.
We ran 2 Kings Royals on Saturday.
Same day. Yep.
Friday, I walk in, I'm bombing around. I went over to the whistle stop and had lunch. And I'm driving by the track, and I drive by, and I pull in, and there's one car in the pits, Derek's car.
Yeah.
So I walked down. We just visited, chatted, the nicest guy. And I said, hey, I'm going to Memphis. And he said, you got to go to Central Barbecue. Oh, did he hook me up? Are you kidding me? Stay with us. More Wing Nation in just a moment.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain. And we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Circle B Diecast is the new diecast outlet from Plan B Sales. What started as a Lionel and Chase Authentics apparel distributor has grown into the largest distributor of diecast and now includes Auto World, Greenlight Collectibles, Brand Art, Sam Bass Artwork, and University of Racing lines. They have a huge inventory. The folks at Circle B Diecast love racing, and they support drivers like Kyle Larson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Christopher Bell, and many others with sponsorships and partnerships. On orders of $20 or more, use promo code MRN for free shipping. You can check them out at www.circlebdiecast.com. Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires, continuing on. It's funny how we get these shows and we get 2 random sprint car drivers, and yet the common theme of this one was health and fitness.
Yeah.
And you see it. You see it from our top stars in the sport. I mean, they are grinding and they are working hard on it.
It's so tough to hold on to that wheel for 30,
Really
40
is.
laps.
Yeah, it really is. And the bottom line of it is that, 30-lap feature, lap 29, you better be the sharpest guy on the track at that point, because that's when a lot of it's happening.
Yeah,
We
and
talk about
I
these
always
great
felt as a
finishes.
driver that fitness was something you could kind of control. There's so many factors in a race car that are
Yeah.
out of your control. Like, why not work on the things that you know can help?
Dylan, one of the other interviews or something, I don't know if it was Bruce Ellis's Victory Lane interview or whatever it was, he kind of said, everybody else is working on their aspect of it.
Yeah.
I need to work on mine.
Yeah.
And I had a long conversation years ago with Jimmy Johnson, who was like a fitness guru.
Yeah.
And Jimmy is like, if Chad Knaus is going to spend from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. working on that chassis, then Jimmy Johnson needs to spend all of my time working on my body and me. And I just think it's important, and it's great to hear guys, whether it's an 18-year-old or a 31-year-old doing it. So fun stuff, that's for sure. Speaking of fun stuff, one sprint car place in Knoxville, Iowa is the home of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Not a whole lot of birthdays this week. We had a couple yesterday. Hank Arnold would have had a birthday, and Jay Gordon Betts. So Hank Arnold is a Sprint Car Hall of Fame class of 2010 inductee. He was born in Wisconsin, but made his name in Arizona. Now, I get a kick out of this. In 1950, he built his first car, but he was too young to drive. And I'm like, wait a minute, he was 19 years old. But remember, in that era, he was too young to drive. Now 19, Dylan Norris is 18 and he's already got a Williams Grove win. So he had Roger McCluskey drive the car, which is a Hall of Fame name as well. 1956, he built a second car, and he loved naming his cars. That one was called the Party Doll. 30 wins with that car. Other cars were Payola, Stinker, and the Twister. So good were Hank Arnold's cars that in 1963, Hot Rod magazine did a photo sprint of his cars. Well, it grew him a lot of attention and a lot of fame and acclaim, but it also grew copycats all over the country because they saw it in Hot Rod magazine. In the end, he won championships, 6 of them at Tucson, 2 at Manzanita, 2 Arizona State championships. And Erin, so many times, this is the end. 1967 in June, Manzanita lost his life in a crash at
Pretty
Manzanita.
young.
Yeah. Just an amazing, amazing career. And these are the men and women that laid the foundation for what we're doing now, what Derek Hagar, what Dylan Norris, what David Gravel and Corey Day are doing. It's on the backs of guys like Hank Arnold. And the good news is that he is forever enshrined in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, one sprint car place in Knoxville, Iowa. The stories there are unreal. It is really, really cool, that's for sure. And Erin, they have a raffle car coming up.
They do. It's a triple X chassis Moyle Racing Engine 410, and it's the 14th raffle car, and all proceeds go to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. It's $20 for one ticket, $6 for 100, and the drawing will be December of this year, 2022. So go to www.sprintcarhof.com for more info.
Yes. I'm so geeked up. If you're watching this live on Tuesday or Tuesday afternoon, we've got sprint cars tonight. Oh my gosh. World of Outlaws, Vado, New Mexico, Dirt Vision, pop some popcorn, grab some soda pop. Well, now Dylan Norris made me feel bad about soda pop, so I'm not going to have soda pop. I'm going to have water. I'm going to pop some popcorn and have some water.
And have some grape juice, some wine.
Ooh, some wine, exactly. Yeah, some grape juice. There you go. I actually had some grapes. I did a 5K at a winery last week and had some grape juice. Yes, really, really nice.
Part of the, all the food groups right there.
All the
Get
food
your
groups.
Fruit.
Exactly. Got to have your fruit. Yes. So World of Outlaws tonight. When I look at this upcoming weekend, a lot of season openers. IRA, MOA, they're running at 34 Raceway Friday and Saturday night. King of the West, their opener is one of my favorite names, the Asparagus Cup. I love asparagus.
I like that too.
I love asparagus. And Tony, the guy that runs Stockton, is an asparagus farmer. They gave me some asparagus when I went out there. Erin, they were like an inch in diameter, and it was so good. It was
Now, did you
awesome.
cook it up or did you bring it home?
I brought it home. Oh, Gary Selzy was involved. Okay, so yeah, no, I was able to put it in like a wet towel.
Yeah.
And took it to the hotel. We were in Auto Club. I flew up with Tony Stewart. We took it to the auto, and I put it in the hotel refrigerator, and then I was able to wrap it in blankets to get it home.
That's a lot of work for some asparagus.
It was good asparagus, though. It was really good. So King of the West kicks off. Power I Wing Sprint Cars there at the Lake of the Ozarks. Weekly racing, Attica, fingers crossed, Attica, Lernerville, Wayne County, Waynesfield all open up this weekend. So it's April.
Yeah.
It will be April this weekend. It's all hands on deck. So it is cool. It is awesome. So I was just thinking about this. I went through the calendar and I was just thinking, third week of April is when I'm doing Ohio. I'm doing Attica and Wayne County.
Yeah.
And then, man, we get crazy with sprint car racing in June. We go to Port Royal, and then there's a MOA show right around the Gateway race. I'm going to Sonoma, so I'm seeing King of the West. Then we're doing Huset's. Won't be long, baby. It won't be long. We'll be out there slinging the dirt at the dirt tracks. Fun stuff. Speaking of fun stuff, coming up this weekend, the work area. On Thursday, we're just going to sit down and talk sprint car racing. The three of us, Ashley,
oh boy, got a little
yourself
crazy
and
last
I.
Time.
Yes, exactly. I did get a little crazy. And so it's going to be the work area is our Thursday podcast series. And then coming up this weekend, Wing Nation presented by Sage Fruit, Corey Day and Jason Myers.
I'm looking forward to that one.
That is going to be, well, it is awesome. We already recorded it. And I love the perspective of Jason Myers, and I love the youth and exuberance of Corey Day. So fun stuff, that's for sure. So that is coming up. Rev TV Wednesday night, Mav TV on Saturday morning. Thank you to Dylan Norris and to Derek Hagar for joining us here on Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. But more important than all of that, thank you for joining us in listening or watching this week to the show.